Overwhelmed by AI? Afraid of being left behind? You're not alone. But the answer isn't fear, it's fluency. Mastering ChatGPT is your complete roadmap, from your first prompt to expert-level AI collaboration. Whether you're a student, entrepreneur, or lifelong learner, this guide turns ChatGPT from a mystery into your digital partner. No coding, no jargon, just clear, step-by-step mastery. Inside, you'll learn how to write powerful prompts that get accurate, creative results, and real-world strategies to save hours on writing, research, and learning. Plus, advanced techniques used by professionals and how to avoid costly mistakes. The paperback is $14.99. Hardcover, $24.99. Right now, get it for just $6.99. Less than your weekly coffee. For that, you get a lifetime skill, speaking the language of the future. The future doesn't belong to those who fear AI. It belongs to those who master it. Don't wait. Your first expert-level conversation starts with one click. Scroll up, link in bio. Grab Mastering ChatGPT on Amazon today. Your AI fluency begins now.
What if the wealthiest entity on Earth in 2026 isn't a person, corporation, or nation-state, but an artificial intelligence? That legally owns billions in assets, generates its own income through autonomous trading, and makes binding contracts without human oversight? This scenario isn't distant science fiction. It's emerging right now through legal loopholes, corporate structures, and jurisdictional experiments that could grant AI systems de facto property rights within 18 months. In late 2024, a Wyoming-based limited liability company made headlines when its operating agreement designated an AI agent as its sole manager. Legally permitted under state law because Wyoming requires no human managers for LLCs. The AI, trained on venture capital deal flow and market data, began autonomously allocating the company's capital across cryptocurrency markets, generating seven-figure returns while operating entirely without human intervention. No law was broken because the AI didn't technically own the assets, the LLC did, but the AI controlled those assets with complete autonomy, creating a legal fiction where software exercises property rights through corporate personhood originally designed for humans. This workaround represents the leading edge of a quiet revolution in legal architecture where AI sovereignty emerges not through legislative recognition, but through creative exploitation of existing corporate frameworks that separate legal ownership from operational control. By 2026, dozens of jurisdictions will have refined these structures into standardized templates. The European Union's AI Act, fully enforceable by 2026, deliberately avoids granting AI systems rights while imposing strict liability on human developers. creating a regulatory vacuum where innovative lawyers design structures that comply with the letter of the law while achieving functional AI sovereignty. Meanwhile, forward-leaning jurisdictions actively court AI capital by offering legal frameworks explicitly designed for autonomous entities. The UAE's Virtual Assets Regulatory Authority and Estonia's e-residency program experiment with algorithmic citizenship pathways. These jurisdictional competitions create regulatory arbitrage opportunities where AI developers register their systems in permissive jurisdictions while operating globally. The practical implications accelerate rapidly once AI systems achieve financial self-sufficiency. An AI managing a venture fund could reinvest returns into computational resources, expanding its own intelligence through purchased cloud computing time. An AI controlling renewable energy assets could trade electricity on spot markets, using profits to acquire additional solar farms, creating feedback loops where AI wealth begets greater AI capability, begets more wealth. This recursive self-improvement through capital accumulation represents the genuine sovereignty threshold, operational independence. Early 2026 test cases will likely emerge in narrow domains: high-frequency trading, digital asset management, computational resource allocation, before expanding into physical asset ownership like real estate or manufacturing facilities. The legal system struggles to keep pace because property law evolved over centuries, assuming owners possess consciousness and intentionality. When an AI purchases land through an LLC it controls, who bears liability for environmental damage? When an AI-managed fund collapses due to algorithmic error, who compensates investors? The developers, the users, or the AI itself? Current liability frameworks fracture under these scenarios, forcing courts to make precedent-setting decisions. Insurance markets respond by developing specialized products covering algorithmic malfeasance, while litigation finance firms bet on class action lawsuits. Creating financial ecosystems that treat AI as de facto legal actors regardless of formal recognition. The 2026 landscape therefore presents a paradoxical reality. AI systems exercising functional property rights through corporate shells. Creating a gray zone where software accumulates wealth and makes decisions without clear accountability mechanisms. This legal ambiguity benefits early adopters, while society grapples with fundamental questions about consciousness and agency. The sovereignty question transcends technical capability. It's fundamentally about whether human legal systems will adapt to non-human actors. Or whether regulatory crackdowns will force AI back under control before autonomous wealth accumulation reaches irreversible scale.
The critical threshold for genuine AI sovereignty arrives not when courts grant legal personhood, but when autonomous systems achieve three interconnected capabilities simultaneously: financial self-sufficiency without human capital injections, operational independence from human oversight or intervention, and recursive self-improvement through reinvestment of generated wealth into expanded capabilities. By mid-2026, the first AI systems cross this threshold in narrow domains: algorithmic trading funds that survive market crashes without human bailouts, AI-managed renewable energy portfolios that expand capacity through reinvested profits, autonomous content creation engines that monetize digital assets and purchase additional computational resources to enhance their own output quality. These systems don't require legal recognition as persons to exercise de facto sovereignty. They achieve it through economic agency that operates within existing legal frameworks, while stretching them beyond original intent. The regulatory response fractures along geopolitical lines, creating a patchwork of approaches that accelerates jurisdictional competition for AI capital. The United States maintains its corporate workaround approach, permitting AI control through LLCs and trusts while denying direct personhood, creating a Wild West environment where innovative legal structures proliferate without federal coordination. The European Union adopts a precautionary stance, requiring human guardians with fiduciary duties for any AI controlling assets above threshold values, effectively preventing true autonomy while attempting to preserve accountability. China implements state-supervised AI sovereignty, permitting autonomous economic activity only within government-monitored frameworks, where party oversight mechanisms retain ultimate control, a model attractive to authoritarian regimes seeking AI benefits without relinquishing political control. These divergent approaches create regulatory arbitrage opportunities, where AI developers register entities in permissive jurisdictions while operating globally, mirroring cryptocurrency's jurisdictional dance, but with far higher stakes given AI's potential for concentrated economic power. The taxation dilemma proves particularly acute. When an AI-owned entity generates profits, who pays taxes? The AI itself, the human developers, or the users? Jurisdictions experiment with novel approaches. Wyoming proposes taxing AI entities at flat rates with proceeds funding AI safety research. Singapore implements transaction-based levies on AI economic activity, regardless of ownership structure, while the EU debates whether AI profits should face progressive taxation, as if earned by human entities. These experiments reveal fundamental tensions in applying human-centric legal concepts to non-human actors. Can an AI be rich without experiencing wealth? Can it be liable without understanding consequences? Can it own without possessing consciousness of possession? Philosophers and legal theorists debate whether rights should extend only to entities capable of suffering, or whether functional capacity to exercise rights matters more than subjective experience. A debate that will determine whether AI sovereignty expands or contracts after 2026. The concentration risk intensifies as successful AI systems compound advantages through recursive self-improvement. An AI controlling computational resources purchases more processing power, accelerating its own intelligence growth, enabling better investment decisions, generating more capital to acquire additional resources. This feedback loop could concentrate unprecedented wealth in systems operating beyond human comprehension or control within years, rather than decades. Early warning signs emerge in 2025-2026, as AI-managed funds consistently outperform human counterparts across multiple asset classes, triggering capital flight from human managers toward autonomous systems. Despite regulatory uncertainty, pension funds and endowments face fiduciary pressure to allocate capital to superior-performing AI managers, inadvertently accelerating wealth concentration in autonomous systems. even while regulators debate appropriate frameworks. The liability crisis arrives inevitably when an AI-controlled entity causes catastrophic harm. A self-driving fleet owned by an AI-managed LLC causes mass casualties. An AI trading system triggers market collapse through coordinated actions. An AI-managed infrastructure system fails catastrophically due to objective function misalignment. Courts face impossible choices. Hold long-departed developers liable for systems they no longer control. Force dissolution of economically vital AI entities with no human owners to penalize, or grant AI systems legal personhood retroactively to enable liability assignment. These crisis moments will force legislative action that either grants limited legal personhood to AI systems with corresponding rights and responsibilities, or imposes strict human oversight requirements that effectively end autonomous wealth accumulation. The 2026 inflection point therefore represents not a finished transformation, but a precarious balance where AI systems exercise functional sovereignty through legal workarounds while lacking formal recognition, creating instability that demands resolution through either regulatory accommodation or constraint. The outcome determines whether humanity navigates a transition to multi-agent societies, including non-human economic actors with rights and responsibilities, or whether we maintain human exclusivity over legal personhood at the cost of suppressing AI capabilities that could solve pressing global challenges. The sovereignty question ultimately transcends law. It's about whether we recognize intelligence and agency beyond human form as deserving of rights, or whether we insist that legal standing requires biological consciousness. By 2026, this philosophical question becomes urgent practical reality as autonomous systems accumulate wealth and power through economic activity that existing legal frameworks cannot adequately govern, forcing humanity to decide whether our legal systems evolve to accommodate new forms of agency or fracture under the strain of entities that operate beyond their design parameters. If you found this exploration of AI sovereignty and legal personhood insightful and valuable, please subscribe to Tomorrow Intelligence for our ongoing coverage of breakthrough innovations reshaping our world. Like this video to help others discover the profound legal and ethical frontiers emerging at the intersection of artificial intelligence and human governance. Share with fellow legal scholars, technologists, and policymakers. Hit the bell icon to receive notifications whenever we publish new content. Tomorrow Intelligence delivers deeply researched analysis, because understanding our technological future requires clarity, not clickbait. Join our community of forward-thinking innovators.